Oh, I have a teacher that's just emailed me, won't be able to join him, some sort of emergency faculty meeting. So that one's out. Okay.
When you make the most of what the earth gives you, something special happens. At the International Culinary Institute of Myrtle Beach, you'll learn to apply both passion and technique to transform local and seasonal into sensational. You'll discover social responsibility and how to turn your passion for food into a sustainable future with tuition you can afford. You found your passion. Now discover your future. Visit icimb.org and apply today.
Hi, welcome to the ICI of Myrtle Beach. I am Chef Wilson Louie. Nice to have y'all here for us today, this afternoon. We're going to run through some things. First thing I want to tell you about this awesome open house that we'll be having next Tuesday on the 27th. It'll be around 5:30 to 7 o'clock. I highly encourage y'all to come. Matter of fact, we're giving away $1,000 to whoever comes to the open house. Super excited to meet y'all. Today, we're going to be running through a golden fried rice dish. In Cantonese, it's called your Wong Zhao Fan. And then I have a side of hot chili oil. In Cantonese, it's La Tu Yao. So I'm doing that egg fried rice. So don't come at me, Uncle Roger. All right. So we're gonna start working with the hot chili oil first. I got a couple ingredients to work with. All right. So first thing we're gonna work with is the hot chili peppers. These are Korean chili peppers. If we look at them, they don't have any seeds into them. The basic idea of this hot chili oil, I got oil going in the back. You're gonna reach it about 350 degrees to help bloom all the spices that we're gonna put in here. So these are hot chili oils. The seeds get a little bitter once you start cooking them. So these are just the flesh and dried. Other ingredients that we have for flavor, we have a star anise pod. Star anise kind of has like a flavor of licorice, well-rounded flavor. Then we also have Szechuan peppercorns. Szechuan peppercorns, when you think of peppercorns, you probably think of a black peppercorn like this, or it's like whole peppercorns. Szechuan peppercorns are actually flower buds, and then they provide a very numbing sensation. So if you ever have time to go out to the Asian markets, I believe they have them at supermarkets now with Szechuan pepper. Put one in your mouth, bite onto it. You'll kind of have like a numbing sensation on your tongue. It's really nice to have. All right, so you want this, you want to be grounded up. So I have already pre-ground right here. It's going into our chilies. All right. Next thing we have is ginger powder. We have garlic powder, onion powder, and five spice powder. These are all aromatics. They'll bring seasoning life to your chili oil. So all this dry ingredients just gets put in here. All right. All right. Five spice powder, just like it's in its name, there's five spices into it. A lot of people make them differently. You have some people have like cinnamon, cloves, cumin, fennel, and also anise. All right, I just wanted all five of them. So it gives really aromatic Szechuan pepper oil. We also have some bay leaves in here. They provide like some hardiness into the Szechuan chili oil. Right here, got a spoon, mix it all up. All right. All right, so now we're gonna bloom them. So I have hot oil going at 350 degrees. Bring it up. If you look at the oil, it actually starts to dance. If you move it a little bit, when you have oil that's cold, it's very thick. When it's hot, it's very runny. All right, so I'm gonna pour it onto the chili. You'll see it fry. You'll see it sizzle. Very important. Make sure you put it in a bowl that is very heat proof so you don't crack a bowl. Now you see this all frying, getting all bubbly. I wish we had smell-o-vision. You can literally smell all the spices that's happening in here. All right. Now I use the Chinese, the Korean chili flakes. You can use just regular chili flakes also. Just make sure you want to take the seeds out. So if we look at this right now, all the spices are all bloomed, and we're going to let this sit aside, and then we're going to talk about it whenever we plate our fried rice. So next thing, we got our golden fried rice. Our golden fried rice. If you had egg fried rice before, y'all usually have like little clumps of eggs into your fried rice, and then your fried rice is usually like a light brown. For this concept idea of the golden fried rice or your gum tao fan, we're gonna take 3 eggs. We're gonna separate it from whites and yolks. The yolks are actually gonna go onto the rice, and we're gonna cover each grain of rice. So the idea behind this dish is that every single rice is coated with the egg yolks, and the fried rice is gonna be nice and golden. Um, this dish used to be a dish for the Imperial Palace. A lot of technique, a lot of things go into it. Uh, let's do first things first for our ingredients. We are going to have green scallions or green onions. For this dish, I am going to use both. The white part of the scallion is going to be in our aromatics. So you want to do a fine slice on it. The knife that I'm working right now is a Chinese cleaver. Chinese cleaver are mainly used in Asian cuisines. Um, Y'all are probably using the French chef's knives, whereas a longer, thinner blade with a Chinese cleaver. This is usually mainly used in in Far East cuisine. All right, so I'm with the white part of the scallions. These are going to aromatics, and then our green part. I like my green onions for garnish. I want really long stems of it, so I'm gonna go at a super bias. So then you have long, thin strands. It look really nice. One thing you can do with green onions, they can curl if you put them in a ice bath with water. Let it soak in there, and you get nice curls. So I just pretty much want thin strips because these are just for my garnishes. Make sure your me's out. Make sure I have little containers. Clean. Next to my aromatics, we're gonna have ginger, right? We have a knob of ginger right here. I'm only gonna be using a little part of it. Uh, to peel ginger, you don't really want to use a peeler. You can use a spoon. It's the most efficient way of cleaning your ginger. Take your spoon and you scrape it, and then you just get the skin off. When you use a peeler, you're actually getting some of the flesh off, and that's you want to be very efficient, and you don't want to waste. At ICI, we try to run a zero waste kitchen. Everything should be used. Anything that cannot be used should be compost. So later on, we're going to do egg whites. Or the egg whites are going to be saved for another thing. You can use it as for meringues for our baking and pastry program. But our shells are not used in any cooking, but those will be used for compost. We have a little garden outside of our school. We grow our own herbs and veggies. So these ginger peels, I'm gonna put into a compost bin. You can also dry the ginger peels. You can make a tea out of those. It's a very versatile thing. All right, grab a little more ginger. I will only need just thin slices. Overall, I would want a mince for this fried rice aromatics. If you ever had fried rice that had very large vegetables and stuff in there, they're not really pleasant to eat. So you want to do a nice mince. I do slices into strips. All right, and strips into dice. Bring it all together. With a cleaver, I tend to just kind of swish it a little bit, have it stay, and then just rock your knife back and forth. If you ever do mincing, you just do 2 fingers on the handle, one hand on the tip, and you just rock it back and forth. All right, that's ginger done. Boom. all set, ready to go. Other seasonings that we will need for our fried rice. Well, you need oil to lubricate our wok. Now, for fried rice today, I will be using a wok. This is a wok. This is a carbon steel wok. It's well rounded on the bottom, so when it goes onto the gas burner, it all hits onto the side. So the teachers out there, if y'all have a gas burner and the plates come off, you can get a wok that literally sits right onto the rails of the wok and you can use. So don't be worried about that. As I'm talking, I'm gonna heat that wok up so be ready to walk and roll. Or something else is that if you don't have a wok, don't worry about it. You can still make good fried rice. You can get a flat bottom pan because our grills are flat. Make sure you have a large surface area to work with, so you don't want anything to be clumping. All right. So if you're going to work with fried rice at the school, I would highly recommend like a non-stick pan so you can keep it rocking and rolling. All right. So our wok is preheating. Let's talk about seasoning. In this seasoning, we're going to keep it nice and simple. We have some sugar, some garlic powder, some ginger powder, and some onion powder. I'm using these seasonings is boost through flavor throughout. For fried rice, if you ever had fried rice, it's usually just salty. There's no other flavors. I like adding ginger powder and garlic powder. One, we're putting ginger and onion in it, and I want to amp up the flavor as possible. In Chinese cuisine, we put a lot of ginger in our food. It aids digestion, so it's really pleasant to eat. We're gonna have a little splash of soy sauce for saltiness. If you notice, I don't have salt on here, so this is where my salt is gonna come from. And to finish it off, we're gonna have some sesame oil. So those are gonna be our seasoning mixes. One thing you can do, you just go ahead and combine all your dry ingredients. So then once you got go into the wok, those are ready to go. The wok and roll. All right, I'm gonna grab a little spoon, mix it all up. This spice mix, you can also use it for other things. Say that you want to make some fried chicken, lo mein, just this seasoning mix all together and mix it all up. Just seasoning it is really good. All right, all the wet ingredients go back. All right, next thing we're gonna do are eggs. What's the best tools to separate your egg yolks and egg whites? No, it's not a water bottle to squeeze the egg yolk in. It's your hands. So we use some gloves. All right. So first things first, we're gonna crack an egg on a flat surface. Compost. Use your hands back and forth. Try to get all the egg whites off. There you go. And then you pop it into your rice. All right. One more time. Egg on a flat surface. Crack into your hand. Egg shell goes compost. Back and forth. Back and forth. These egg whites, you can save it. That's what I'm doing today. You can obviously put it into your rice if you want nice and fluffy rice in there. But today I want to achieve just this nice golden rice. All right. Back and forth. All right. Egg yolks go in. Now your hands are already messy with gloves, so might as well use your hands, right? You want to combine your egg yolks with the rice. All right. You see how it's already fully incorporating, and just use your hands, just back. Rice. Let's talk about rice for a second. All right, right here I have leftover rice. If you ever go to a Chinese restaurant, they give you extra rice. You put it in the fridge. What happens to that rice? It gets nice and cold and hard. All right, that is the best rice to use for fried rice. Now, say that you need to make rice. You can cook rice obviously on the stove. I use my little handy dandy rice cooker. It does a better job. You don't have to think about it. All right. So now look at this rice, nice and gold. All right, so then this is all raw egg yolk. So at the end, we're gonna stir fry it. The egg is gonna cook fully and develop onto the rice. All right, and then it's gonna be nice and golden brown. All right. Keep stations clear. Compost the wing. All right. So I have all my ingredients on a sheet tray. You want to, whenever you work on the wok, you want to make sure you have everything ready to go. All right. Walking is very high intense heat. And you don't want to walk away from it. All right. Once you're there, you're going to flip, toss, walker with it. All right. I'm about to go to the stove. All right. To the wok. Wok has been going for about, how long was that? About two minutes. You look at this wok, it's nice and hot. How do I know it's nice and hot? You see how this is starting to turn a pale color? That means it's nice and ready to go. One rule of thumb in Chinese cuisine that's really important: hot wok, cold oil. All right, so you always want to preheat your pan nice and hot. And then once you're ready to walk and roll, you put oil in and it's time to go. All right, this is to ensure that nothing sticks together. All right, first things first you want to put in is your vegetable oil. I have a ladle, a wok ladle over here to help stir things along, okay? So oil goes in, go around the rim. How do I know the wok's hot again? You see how runny the oil is right now? Nice and sheen. First things first you want to put in is your aromatics. So we got ginger, frying them almost immediately, and then we got green onions. All right, stir, stir, toss. All right, it gets super aromatic. This goes in for like 30 seconds, and then your rice goes in. Now, you want to work with your rice in small amounts, all right? Right here, I got 3 cups of rice in. That's as much as you want to do per serving, per wok. If you put too much rice in, it'll start to get clumpy and all of it will not fry. All right. So right now we're frying the wok, frying the rice. Toss, 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 toss. Why is it called a stir fry? You stir and you toss and fry. There you go. Make sure you don't have any clumps. All right. You see how the egg is combining onto the rice. Nothing is really sticking onto the wok. Nice and flavorful. You start to see a lot of steam coming out from the rice. That's the rice steaming up, getting all nice and fluffy. All right, because it was nice and hard because the water from the rice evaporated out. The egg yolks gives it a lot more flavor. All right, right now we want to put in a little bit of soy sauce. So whenever you put a liquid in, you want to hit the back of the wok, which is the hottest. All right, and it evaporates almost immediately, and you toss, stir, fry. All right, stir, fry. Now our dry seasonings. Stir, fry. Toss, toss, toss. All right. Don't be worried. Don't be scared about tossing your food out. All right. Last thing, sesame oil, go around the rim. Put some green onions in. Just let it sit here for a minute. I don't know if y'all can see this, but the rice will start dancing in your wok. When the rice starts dancing, that means it's ready to go. It's popping. Be like, hey, it's time to go. What you doing? All right. It's time to plate. Bring the rice over. All right. So how do we want to plate this? A lot of old school traditional style of rice is usually a dome onto a plate. So then, so what we're going to do, take scoops of rice, put it into a rice bowl. Oh man, it's so aromatic with the ginger. Color is beautiful. It's nice and gold. Take a spoon and you make sure you want to compress it all together. All right. Take a plate. It goes on. 1, 2, 3, flip. All right. Tap it on the side. Do a little wish. All right. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Rice. All right. Make sure there's no random grains. Now we got our chili oil from before. Look at the color of this. Look how red this is now. It's been able to steep a little bit longer. All right. The flavors, if you're able to smell this, oh man. All right. Now, some people don't like it spicy. I like it spicy. It depends on where you want to put the chili oil in. I am going to just put some on the side. So then whoever wants to eat this, you can get the chili oil from the side. All right. Boom. I still have some scallions left over. Want to do a little bit of scallions. And that's it. Wongam Sao Fan with Lati Yao. Golden fried rice with hot chili oil. The egg, the rice is completely binded together. You see it's nice and golden brown. It's very shiny. And that's pretty much it. Hope y'all can walk it out with me.
Great.
If you
Does anybody have any questions?
concerns, let me know. I'll talk to you.
Well, I made a mistake and posted it at 1:30 instead of 1 o'clock, so that's why we didn't have a lot of people join, but that looks amazing.
Got going on, though.
Yeah. Of course, it's all over.
The recording is going to be available for everyone, so y'all can watch it as many times.
That's
y'all
my
need.
guy.
This is a very simple introduction to a Chinese cuisine. Next time I'm coming with something a little bit more,
Oh, so we missed it.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm ready for next weekend. We're going to restaurant and I'm getting steak. Oh, stop, what? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm probably gonna honest you. My mother is terrified, and this is how this all happened. Around, I think Thanksgiving it was.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was wonderful. I will definitely share this out. It looks delicious. I wish I could eat that.
Awesome. Just a reminder, we got an open house right on Tuesday on the 27th, 5:30 to 7. Again, come to the open house. You can get a chance to win a $1,000 scholarship to come to the school. That's awesome and great. Again, send my rice to Uncle Roger. Let's see what he got.
Sounds good.
Want some rice?